Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This paper is written by me today in honor of a friend from my husband named Karush, and this story is a story about a friend of Karush in the revolution, where the sandy dunes of the Arabian desert in the north meet the heart of two rivers. There is a land named the Cradle of Civilization. It is the land of two rivers, River Tigris and River Euphrates. For more than 1,000 years, caravans of camels have carried the fruits of trade from lands so distant that they are in a different world in the mind of the people. The Arabian sun rolls waves of heat across the flat, open lands and take away the water from everything she touches. Where the blue rivers lay, reflecting the sky, and they are kissing the body of the land, where the lips of water embrace the land, you find they have stopped every process of death and replaced it with every shade of green. Tea green, mint green, pistachio green, lime green, cucumber green, sea green, blue green, olive green, emerald green, sage green, pear green, palm green, fern green. You will see the color green changing with the sunlight as she falls below the horizon, and only the moon casts her gentle light over the green beds who are taking repose near to great flowing waters. The year is 1970, and the Arabian day rose across a golden city named Samarra of Iraq. There is a small boy, 10 years old, who lives here. He has golden brown skin, thick curly black hair. His eyes are brown, and his face is beautiful with perfect proportions. The 10-year-old boy is standing near the stairway of an ancient minaret 170 feet tall. He begins to ascend. The steps are small and they spiral upward. On his right side, he can see the ground begin to fall farther and farther under him. His heart is moving faster now. He is watching his right side at every step, and the thoughts in his head and the feeling in his body gets harder and harder. He has never been closer to death than this. If the boy falls from the staircase, his life in this world will end. He feels terrified from the nearness of death which has accompanied his mind on this journey into the sky. Yet he fears death because he is 10 years old and filled with life. Any person who is thankful for life will fear death, and the 10-year-old boy climbs higher into the sky with the heart of a lion. He reaches the summit, where walls of sandstone are wrapped around a small room to guard him from the elevations. From the window now, he can see the golden city below him. He is standing in the sky of the golden city, Samarra, and looking out over her. His name is Kamel Mahmoud Alwan, Abu Abdullah al-Aswadi. He is a leader of Al-Qaeda. This minaret has roots that are based in an influential history which changed the life of the people of the land for all time. A book revealed unto thee, so let thy heart be oppressed no more by any difficulty, and on that account that with it you might warn people and teach those who will listen. This 10-year-old Iraqi boy named Kamel is standing high up in the sky, looking across the gold city, his home. The boy knows there is a way to have a good and happy life. There is a way of life where people hurt another person and never cared about the cries and suffering of the people. And he knows he wants to be the good man. The boy Kamel grows to 20 years old. This minaret has stood over his city for 20 years and whispered something to his soul about a book of knowledge and of leaders who freed the oppressed from evil tyrants. Leaders who establish lands where the oppressed can take refuge, and leaders who freed lands from the grips of monsters. He knew that with this book in his hands, he held an important message to teach all of the people. He needed to tell the people that whoever thinks it's okay to hurt other people's life is wrongful, and you will pay a price that your eyes cannot see here in this world. He needed to tell the people that the path of evil is a path of self-destruction. He wanted justice and a beautiful life for his people. There is a city near his golden city, which is the capital city of the land. In this capital was a monstrous family who controlled the government. They took every advantage for themselves and killed anyone they pleased. This family took life away from people. The mothers and fathers had put all of their heart into their children, and this monster family broke the hearts of all the families around them. Now, Kamel is hearing news across the city which said chemical weapons are being used on the battlefront between his country and the country near him. 1 million men were dying in the most cruel way you can imagine. The air was robbed from their bodies, and chemicals surged onto their hearts until they could not breathe a breath of life any longer. The heart of Kamel was straining from the pressure of sorrow, and the news of the war makes him feel suffocated. He is a 20-year-old man. He is growing now in his age, longer and longer, and the monster family who controls the government continues to exploit and oppress the country in every savage way imaginable, in the ways of nightmares and monsters. His young face begins to appear the way of a strong man, no longer the childlike face. Kamel is 40 years old. He hears news of a great movement abroad, news of the approach of a powerful army who are coming to his land to destroy the family of monsters who control the government. His heart is fluttering and stirring. He knows his life will come to meet a great crossroad. He thinks his life will change after this. Kamel Mahmud Alwan, Abu Abdullah al-Aswadi, had long ago lost his hope for the intentions of the foreign army. He did not feel the foreign army was safe to be near. He felt a sense of injustice, that it would be dangerous for him to ask for any role in the new government. He was waiting in the city Samara, and the foreign army tanks entered the streets. Overwhelming firepower blasted through the air, and 5,000 foreign soldiers advanced. He was a group of 500 men against 5,000. Within the time of 3 days, there were 150 men killed, and Kamel was captured by the enemy forces, along with 150 of the men from his own fighters. He was taken to a jail, exactly like the jail of the monster family who once ruled the land. He was attacked by the foreign army inside the jail. They said they want to know where to find more bombs. The truth is, they never needed this information from him, because they have dog sniffers and electronics for bomb detection. The truth is, they wanted to hurt this man, and they didn't need anything from him. There is a golden law of war that said, you cannot execute a soldier after you capture him on the battlefield, because when the war is finished, all soldiers go home. All soldiers are forgiven. This is why he was not killed in jail. He waited many years for the day, which is his destiny, when the armies who loved him broke open the wall of the jail and returned the freedom of life back to his heart and soul. Allahu Akbar.